The views and opinions expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and participants, and do not necessarily reflect the official policies or positions of City World Media, LLC, or its affiliates. All shows are produced with full participant consent. City World Media does not claim ownership of any third-party music featured and uses all tracks only with proper permissions or licenses granted by their respective rights holders. City World Media operates in accordance with fair use and digital broadcast guidelines on all platforms. From my city to your world, we are City World. Thank you for watching.
Yeah. Khujo Goodie. My dog Kodak. Here we go. You can take me out the hood, but the trap still gon' be in me. You can take me out the bricks, but the fight still gon' be in me. You can take me out the game, but the game still gon' be in me. You can take away my fame, but my name still gon' be trending. Khujo, keep it a brick, like my nigga Blizzo. Cut from a different fabric, they don't make no more. You already slow, like mustard tryna play catch up. Straight A student, number 2 pencil, please don't test me. It's just us trappers playing with digit scales, weighing up grams and watching out for 12. This music be the same way, just different players. Beware the distractions and be about your mail. You can take me out the hood, but the trap still gon' be in me. You can take me out the bricks, but the fight still gon' be in me. You can take me out the game, but the game still gon' be in me. You can take away my fame, but my name still gon' be trending. You can take me out the hood, but the trap still gon' be in me. You can take me out the bricks, but the fight still gon' be in me. You can take me out the game, but the game still gon' be in me. You can take away my fame, but my name still gon' be trending. Khujo bout his business, still be in the kitchen. Operation Feed the Hungry, my only mission. Need no permission, I'm good in every zone. So put some respect on my name next time, then watch your tone. ET phone home ass nigga, you ain't from round here. Laser beam on your face like a red-nosed reindeer. Fuck a tattoo tip, it's about who get who first. You can act like you don't see it, but you gon' get this work. Pull up, come get this merch. You know 5-5 delish. Bruh, still standing strong in the midst of a pandemic. Let's get it. Count my blessings like a CPA. Tomorrow ain't promised, my guy, so I live for today. You can take me out the hood, but the trap still gon' be in me. You can take me out the bricks, but the fight still gon' be in me. You can take me out the game, but the game still gon' be in me. You can take away my fame, but my name still gon' be trending. You can take me out the hood, but the trap still gon' be in me. You can take me out the bricks, but the fight still gon' be in me. You can take me out the game, but the game still gon' be in me. You can take away my fame, but my name still gon' be trending. Who the fuck is Khujo Goodie? 8 towns on 1 representer. G-Mark, to the South Lumberjack. No cap, no fuck, big facts. Old head, new bread, stack racks. Cause you know that the bullshit coming. Don't wait on now, motherfucker. Hit the ground 100 miles and running. Nigga with an attitude like you. Public enemy like Chuck D. You can have your piece of the pie. I'm coming for the whole recipe. Can't let my food get cold. Looking at the next man plate. Good dope gon' sell itself, even if it's powder or shake. You can take me out the hood, but the trap still gon' be in me. You can take me out the bricks, but the fight still gon' be in me. You can take me out the game, but the game still gon' be in me. You can take away my fame, but my name still gon' be trending.
What's good, what's good, what's good? It's your buzzing cousin Ghost Boogie, man. Check it out. It's B-Boys Underground, and this is a very, very special episode. We are blessed and fortunate to have an icon in hip-hop, period. But when it comes to the South, we're talking about one of the members of the group that coined the phrase dirty South. Like when it had some the South when Andre said the South got something to say, this gentleman was a part of the message when the South had something to say, and we learned a lot from this man. I'm gonna let you know, Khujo Goodie, the founding member or one of the founding members of Goodie Mob, with him and Timo were the original two founding members of the Goodie Mob, right? From Get Up, Get Out There and Get Something made a tremendous impact on my life and actually helped me become aware of some things and course correct and make a big change and keep me out of jail, to the fact that when me and my homeboy Age was driving down to Atlanta, his mom was in a situation where she needed to get up out of there in a minute's notice. And my bro called me. He was like, "Look, I need you to drive to Atlanta and get my mom's up out of there and move her." And we did it in 24 hours. At that time, I had a couple CDs in my hands. At that time, one of them was the just released album of Soul Food, right? But also, the other thing was the just released single to How Do You Want It, which the B side was Hit 'em Up. It's funny that their stories intertwine. We might get into that, we might not. But driving to Atlanta when we first hit and we crossed the river to Kentucky and heading 75 south down to Kentucky, we hit play on Goodie Mob. And from free all the way to the end, we didn't speak. All we did was hit repeat and hit repeat and hit repeat. Much love to the one and only. It's my privilege, my honor to bring forth the B-Boys Underground, the one and only Khujo Goodie. Thank you so much for being with us, brother. How are you doing today? And welcome to B-Boys Underground, fam. And I got to unmute you.
Well,
There you go. Sorry.
I'm
My
good.
apologies.
I'm good, man. That was a dope intro, bro.
Nah, bro,
That was a
you've made
story right there, bro.
look, you've made a tremendous impact not only on my life, but also when I told my homie that I have been lifelong friends with. He was like my older brother. I'm an only child, and he was like my older brother. And we uh we spent a lot of time together, and he and I both have always respected Goodie Mob and also been a big fan of yours, and a big follower of yours in regards to everything that you've done. And I told him, I was like, man, I got Khujo coming on. He was like, say less. And and I asked him, I was like, look, what's the one question you want me to ask him? And he was like, man, I don't even know what to say. He was like, all I
Wow.
want you to do is just talk about the story of us listening to that on the way down, like when it first came out. And I was like, that's already part of the monologue and already planned, man. So big love to
Real
my
hip hop
bro,
story, man.
Adrian. I love you, bro. And he's still back in Cincinnati, and he's got a wonderful wife and children and thriving. And much love to my bro there. But
For
yeah, man,
sure.
thank you so much, man. Tell us about what we just saw, the still in me, man, because it's still in you, and it never left, man. Like, please, 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 as we always say, set the table for tell us a little bit about that song and what was behind that, man.
Yeah, still in me is just what it's about, man. Hip hop was still in me, you know what I mean? And the significance about that video is I shot it on the side of town where I grew up at, Northwest Atlanta,
Yes, sir.
Chapel Road. I used to stay in some apartments. Well, I grew up in some apartments. My brother, my mama. It was called Chapel Forest, and the guy that shot the video for me, I was like, man, let's go over here where I grew up at. But the last time I seen it, the apartments they were up. But when we came to shoot that video, they had been torn down. I was like, oh, I was crushed, man, because I wanted to show the apartments, but
Yeah.
that was the closest that we could do is actually shoot it on Chapel Road. So that's one of the significance of that video. And Big Boy let me shoot the video in Stankonia, where we pinned many hits, man. I mean, man, it's just I can't even count all the hits that we did in that studio. But
Well, that's legendary. I mean,
yes, man.
Stankonia in the dungeon, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That man. And
Yeah,
can I
that was awesome, man. And I got a chance to show some of my merchandise in the video. You know what I mean?
yes, which is
And
linked in the description to all the merchandise, and tell them about the merchandise that you have.
yeah, the merchandise is called Five Delish. It's named from a song on World Party album called Five Delish. So you can definitely holler at me at FFD merch on Instagram. Man, get you some of the merch just like what I got on right now, man. It's the gold sweater, man. Goodie Mob
Oh,
still standing album.
I'm gonna be making an
So
order as soon as we get done. I gotta have one of those, man. I gotta
for
have one
sure,
of
for
those.
sure, for sure.
And
So
make sure you get at the man and get your merch and
please do.
support. Because it's going directly to the individual artist themselves
Yes.
instead of the middleman.
No middleman. Hand to hand combat, man. My wife and I, we run that page when COVID was going on in 2020.
Yes, sir.
We was like, yo, let's crank this up. So it's definitely a family business.
Yeah, man. And shout out to the survival kit. We'll get into that
Oh
spawned
yeah.
forth from around that time. But like we always do about this time, was as
Mm,
we started, right? So B-Boys Underground, we always start off with one question and one question only, and then everything else goes from there. And that is Khujo, if you would
yeah.
do me the honors, family, to tell me your first memory that you have associated with hip hop. Put me in the room. Let me know who's there, why it's important. What is about that memory has got you to where you are today? You know, all of that stuff. Tell me, please. I'm so curious.
Man, I love talking about it, man. My first memory of hip hop is maybe in 85, 86, when the Fresh came to Atlanta, Georgia, and Curtis Blow came, the Fat Boys came, LL Cool J, Run DMC, all those guys were in town. But Curtis Blow and the Fat Boys and Houdini, they came to my middle school. It was called Southwest Middle School. And I think before they came, might have seen Crush Groove or Beat Street or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But the principal came over the intercom and said, I got a surprise for y'all. And we was like, damn, I wonder what he got, what kind of surprise he got. Then
Did you have a
Buffy
cool
from
principal,
the Human.
or was your principal normally like a principal you didn't want to go see, or did you have a cool principal?
No, he was the one you didn't want to go see.
Because you know what? I don't know about you, but back in that time, during those years, like back in Cincinnati, they could still put paws on you. Like it was
Oh
corporal
yeah.
punishment. They were giving swats and more than that. Like, was
Oh
that the
yeah.
same way down there?
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, in PE, we had this dude called Coach Burks, and he had a paddle. It was a Playboy bunny paddle. And boy, when he tell you to touch your toes, man, you already know what's going on.
Sorry, I already look. You just took me back to some PTSD from Gen X, some Gen X PTSD
Yeah,
type shit.
yeah.
So
They were
sorry.
putting hands on you back there.
Yeah, so it's a fat boy. So yeah, when the principal said, "Hey, I got a surprise for y'all," y'all were like, "All right, what's he talking about?"
It's like, yeah, what's up? Because they usually do the announcements during the morning,
Yeah.
and we was like, okay, but then once he said we got a surprise for y'all, it's like, damn, wonder what the hell the surprise is. And then Buffy from the Fat Boys just started beatboxing over the intercom, and you can just hear the whole school just erupt, like go crazy. You know what I mean? And the principal's like, okay, we want y'all to come to the gym. And once we went to the gym, that's when we seen Curtis Blow playing basketball. They was down there playing basketball, and that was his single. We playing basketball. So I was like, man, I didn't know what they was doing in Atlanta because I didn't get a chance to go to the Fresh Fest. I didn't know nothing about the Fresh Fest, but they just happened to be in town. They came to our school, and man, that's been a long lasting impression on me, man, since 85, 86.
Did you get a
And
chance to meet them at all, or like
I didn't
to
get a
like
chance to get close up
see
to
them?
them.
Not enough.
No,
Gotcha.
but they
It was
was in the
just enough.
gym where everybody could see them.
Yeah.
But I didn't get a chance to shake a hand or get an autograph or nothing like that.
Let me
But it
sp-
was just something that was the first that was just something new. I had never heard of anybody coming to your school like that,
That's
not
what I'm
less
saying.
long beatboxing over the intercom and like just blowing everybody mind.
And having that type of impact, like salute to them for realizing that
Yes.
they went somewhere that it really did make it a real impact and an impression
Oh
on
man.
folks. Because who else was in
Yes.
that school with you at the same time? What other members of the dungeon was in the school with you at that time and can tell that story?
Nobody.
It was just you?
No, it was just me.
Gotcha.
Cause Gip went to another school in East Point called Paul D. West.
Okay.
Timo went to a school called Bunch, and I think Stilo might have been in West Minor Elementary School. You know what I'm saying? So this was like middle school for me. And I
Gotcha.
was the only one that went to Southwest Middle School, but we all ended up at the same high school.
So that was it was the high schools where everything was everybody
High
merged
schools where
together.
everybody kind of came together a little bit. But I kind of already knew Gip, you know what I mean? But that's where everybody gathered at that one time. We can all say we went to Mays High School.
So from that impression and that impact when they came to your school and you didn't get a chance to go to the Fresh Fest or whatever, but still, you know, what was it from there that made you start to like delve deeper into hip hop? Like what avenue and what where did you start really going and channeling like your attention to your ear?
Mm. Well, I mean, I was in a rap group in middle school. It was called the Party Crashers. So I was already into hip hop. You know what I mean? I thought I wanted to DJ. I had me a pyramid mixer,
Oh man, shout
had
out the pyramids.
two turntables. They weren't techniques, but they were turntables. And at the time, I was listening to UTFO, Run DMC, who else? Big Daddy Kane, Rakim, Public Enemy. So some type of way, like I said, that movie Crush Groove, that just gave me the visuals for everything. I was like, oh man, just blow it away, man. I wasn't even concerned about the storyline or anything. You know what I mean? It was just
It was just
seeing
yeah. It was hip
seeing the
hop.
Fat Boys, Run DMC. Oh man, just putting a voice with the face.
Yeah.
And then later on, I found out there was more people in the video that I just kind of overlooked a little bit. I was like, wow, I didn't even know they were in the video. Like remember
Ice T
Fortune,
was in it, and
Ice T.
yeah,
I
man.
think Shy Rock was in there.
Yes, sir. I believe so.
Shy
Yeah,
Rock, the first
yeah,
female MC,
yep,
she was in there. Man, it was crazy, man.
yeah.
Russell, well, Russell Simmons wasn't in there, but Blair Underwood,
Blair Underwood was Russell Simmons
he was
for
Russell Simmons, right, right.
yeah,
So
yeah.
man, Sheila E, you know what I
Man,
mean?
mad love for
Crazy,
Sheila
man.
E. Yeah, I've got all of
Crazy.
those soundtracks like and like I'll play them for my kids and they'll be like
Mm,
you know the one thing
yeah.
I wanted to ask you was that, I've always, followed all of the interviews and stuff that you've ever done and I've heard you mention because me being from Ohio and Cincinnati, funk is in my blood and in my foundation and is something that like I was blessed and fortunate enough that music was a very big part of my life from
Mm,
inception. I had my very first record player and record collection starting at 3. Like
wow.
my parents listened to a diverse amount of music and Earth, Wind, and Fire was one of the groups that would actually they would play to get me to calm down as a baby at night. And to this day, like Earth, Wind, and Fire is like something that just
Uh,
soothes my soul.
mm,
But funk, like you had mentioned, like the name Goodie Mob and the idea in previous interviews had something to
hmm
do with Parliament and funk. And could you add some additional insight? Like for you, what was it about funk music that like inspired you? What was it about that music?
Well, my big homie, his name Big Lim, rest in peace, Big Lim. And he used to have this house. We call it the trap. You know what I mean? He used to have this house. And he would play music in there. And I'm young, man, not even knowing anything about Parliament or any type of funk like that. Because when I heard stuff like that, I was riding in the car with my mama, and we would listen to AM radio, and AM radio would play music like that. You know what I mean? Soul. You know what I mean? So when he put on Parliament, he was like, "Yeah, this the P Funk All Stars." So what we were doing, he called us the P Funk Goodie Mob because of what we were doing in the trap. And I had my pad and my pen. You know what I'm saying? I was just trying to write what I could, man, trying to chronologize what was going on. But yeah, once I started hearing that, I was it kind of drew me in. But when organized noise started doing their thing, really started getting records from the 70s, mid 60s, funk and soul, and the way they put their music together, they would always listen to it loud and they would have a mixer where they would EQ some of the sound and bring some of the sounds up, like it might be a bass, they might bring the bass up. They was able to separate the sounds like that. And I just thought that shit was just so mesmerizing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It was crazy work, man. That they was
through
even
EQs and
at that,
filters.
yes,
Yeah,
EQ and singling out sounds. And I was like, man, I didn't hear that in that at first.
yeah.
But yeah, Big Lim kind of started that movement. So I was allowed to use Goodie Mob coming out of the trap or the bowels of Howard Mill in Southwest Atlanta.
How
So
hard
yeah,
was it
that's
for
kind of how
you
we
to
did it.
make the transition from like making and having, because I always want to know, like, for artists that have lived, both lives. And like I was talking to Be Real and how he was talking about, like, he was in the hospital, got shot, almost died, all of this stuff,
Wow.
and had this big coming to realization, like, I have this opportunity and I'm messing up. Because, was there anything for you that was the turning point where it was like, okay, no more of this. I'm focused and I'm locked in on music now.
Yeah, it was a few situations because the thing about being in the trap, what you want to be is you want to have some money. You know what I mean? Almost you want to be rich. Dreams of being a kingpin. But that didn't happen for me. I remember in one other trap I used to be at, it was a shootout, and I almost shot my best friend, man.
Wow.
And I was like, I'm good, man. I'm good. And it ain't like I made a whole bunch of money doing what I was doing. So it didn't make it so bad. The people that I was in the trap with, they're no longer here. You know what I'm saying? Timo would come by. So Timo and I are still around. But everybody else that was in the trap, they're no longer here, man.
Rest
They're
in
no
peace,
longer here.
and salute to you all that had an opportunity to get up, get out, get something, as you say, like
Yes.
in the song, right? And so I have to say first, before we go further, rest in peace, Rico. Right? You know,
Yeah. My brother
um,
Rico, man.
like I
Wow.
know, I
One of
know,
one.
I know. How important was he to you personally?
Oh man. Man, personally, what Rico meant to me, he was a inspirer, a motivator. He motivated me, man. He was like, Cujo, man, you're gonna be one of the best, man. You're gonna be one of the best. And he taught us a lot, man, just by watching him, man. He was selfless. I mean, before I started going downtown, he would he would leave the dungeon and wouldn't come back until like later on that day. It's like, damn man, where you been? Like, man, I've been downtown, man, in Buckhead, man. He would always bring some food back. You know what I'm saying? He would bring food back for everybody to eat, man. So that slogan, everybody eat, if it was a face, his face would be there. If
Wow.
somebody asked what the meaning of that was, man, Rico Wade face would be there for me, man. Man, he believed in me, man, when I didn't believe in me. So he was very influential, man.
You know,
Influential to me.
and that's important, to have someone that actually believes in you, and that's all sometimes it takes, is just to have
That's all it
one
take, yeah.
person, just to have one person say, you know what, I see you, do it. And that in itself, just to have someone like, yep, man, that's all I
Yeah.
needed to hear, say less, right?
One person, man. That's all I need to hear, man. And from that man, because yeah, he brought the best. He brought the best out of everybody.
What was it
Whether it
about
was
it that he
Reed.
did? Was it, what was it about him that, like, that you said? Because I mean, this from the very first time organized noise sound, right? Organized OMP, organized noise
Hmm.
production, right? That sound with live instrumentation, the samples, the South, the funk, the the raw hip hop, the just the different type of grooves and everything it brought to it, right? Like,
Mm.
What was it about him that in your opinion made him so much more special than your average other guys out there?
Man, he was a visionary, man. He could explain the unexplainable to somebody that wasn't close to the streets. Like he convinced L.A. Reid, man, drop cell therapy. Cell therapy was not a
I
party
mean,
song or club song.
tell me
I
how he
mean, L.A.
did
Reid
that.
was like, how he did that?
Man, because I mean, like again, back in that day, it was very much like they always wanted you to lead off with an up-tempo song that would cross over to the club or
Right,
anything like that to be able to bleed through and break out, right? And when
right.
cell therapy came out, I mean, the BPMs on it alone is down there in the 70s, 80s, and like it's got that drag, like it's just so,
Yeah,
it's just like holy shit when it comes on, and especially with you leading off when the scene unfold.
yeah.
I mean, it's just like, what is that? And then me being a gun owner and a gun advocate, and also like living in areas and knowing things, like having that type of motto is like, who's that peeking at my window? Nobody now. Like, it's over. It's a wrap. Like, but
Right.
please tell us about like how he was able to convince that to go over.
Uh, no, Outkast dropped before us,
Yep.
and when you think of Outkast, you think of some Southern playalistic Cadillac music. You know what I'm saying? You got Melody in the hook. You got Sleepy Brown doing his thing. Um, you got the image of two dope boys, Kangos. You know what I mean? Just some real player shit.
And don't forget
And
that their very first release was off the LaFace Christmas album,
Christmas
y'all.
album.
And so Players Ball was a Christmas song. If y'all didn't know,
Right.
real hip hop heads know, but
Right.
LaFace, because I was part of Arista's promotional street team,
Okay.
and like it did work with record pools and street teams back in the day. And like that in itself, like that LaFace like Christmas album, when that came out, it's beginning to look a lot like what I was like, what is
Yeah.
this?
Killed it with the intro, bro. I mean, yeah, LaFace is a R&B record label. And Players Ball came out on a Christmas compilation album. So I guess L.A. Reid was like, man, what the hell I'm gonna do with this, Rico? I mean, where's the melody? Where kind some of the first stuff that he had to LaFace? I mean to L.A. Reid. But somehow, man, he convinced L.A. Reid, man, this the song right here, Cell Therapy. And they had a little medley in the hook, you know what I'm saying? Who's that peeking in my window? How? Nobody now. You know what I mean? Just not as threatening as if you just read it out. I don't know about it now. But
Yeah.
matter of fact, that was like a I call a lumberjack vibe Timo and I used to have back in the days. You know what I'm saying? So that was a hook from back in the days. And it just happened to work with the cell therapy beat that Rico and Ray Murray put together. And that was around the time that J. Rooter Damager came out.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I just recently found out that's kind of like how that vibe came about. But when I first heard it, I was like, man, what is this I'm listening to? I had never heard of anything like that before in my life. And I had already had a verse wrote for it. Well, not for that particular one, but just back in the days I used to just write on trash bags, piece of scrap paper I find somewhere. I used to just write on anything.
How would you
And
collect it and save them?
um I would
Did
have
you
it
have a
probably like
folder or gotcha.
in a folder or something like that. But it took me a minute to start going to composition notebooks to do it. You know what I mean? But I might be on one of my temporary jobs. Might have a vibe come in my head, man. I just write it down and just fold it up and put it in my pocket.
That's dope though. I mean, man, so what was the first song that was recorded collectively as officially like Goodie Mob? Because I know that like it was you and Timo first, and you guys there's two different things that I hear and have seen, like where there's accounts where it's like Rico put an added kind of Gip and CeeLo in, or that you and Timo reached out to CeeLo and Gip. Which is the the whole story or the proper behind the scenes?
Well, some of the first songs that we recorded as a four-man team actually got ruined in a flood that happened at the dungeon. So the
Mm.
only thing that survived from some of the first music that we did as a four-man crew was a song called Hold On.
Be strong,
And
yeah.
matter of fact, it's two. Hold On and a song called Blood that we did for a AIDS soundtrack
I
back in the
have that.
day.
Yeah.
You
It's
got that?
slowly America's slowly dying
America's
off
dying
the
slowly.
yes, and I've got that 12. I almost pulled that one out as one to put behind me, but yeah, man, for
Wow.
sure, man. Hell yeah.
Yeah, those were the songs that survived the flood that happened at the dungeon at one point. But like I said, the original members of Goodie Mob was Timo and myself. Because like I said, it came out of the bowels of the trap. It's in Southwest Atlanta, and the only person around during that time was Timo. So we got tracks together that we can't even find no more. You know what I mean? It's crazy, man. We had a song called our first song we recorded together was called "Worse in the Second Verse," and it was a sample from Steel Pulse. I can't remember the song, but it was a sample from Steel Pulse,
Dope.
and we had been making music. This guy named edX, he used to produce some of our music, and spot called Ghetto Records off of Martin Luther King Drive in Southwest Atlanta, where we used to go record some of our music at too. And we was looking for more music to complete our record. And I had already knew Ray from Organized Noise, and then I met Rico, and he just took a liking to us, man, and allowed us to come to his house, vibe, man, write raps, all that good shit, man. So is a brother named Ian Burks. He came up with the ideas like, why don't y'all just come out together as Goodie Mob? Since I knew Gil and we had met CeeLo, so we weren't even tripping. We was all gonna be able to come out at the same time. So that was the good thing that came out of that we didn't have to wait for everybody to come out. So, once we did Soul Food, it was like shit, man. We toured, man, we had a great time touring, man. That's some of the most best times of my life, man. Touring with
That
those guys, man. Cause that was the first time really I ever been outside of Georgia.
that was
You
when
know,
you on tour was your first trip outside of Georgia?
my real first trip outside of Georgia, my first time being on the airplane, first time riding in first class, first time eating shrimp cocktail in first
Yeah.
class.
Because I always wanted to ask everybody that that's had that experience of actually going and like having an album that pops and having the success like you had and having that type of culture shock because that from coming from means where you were in situations where you were fighting for your lives at point, right?
Mm.
And to at all of a sudden seem like have the world at your hands and disposal, and you're being exposed to everything right, like everything right now. I mean, that has to be like such a complete shock to your system. How did you handle that?
I handled it great, man. I handled it great because at first I was like, I'm not leaving Georgia, man. I mean, this where I'm gonna stay at, man. I don't need to go nowhere else. But man, once we got out of town and started seeing the reaction from people listening to the things that we had to say, man, they was culture shock because they never heard anything like that. I don't think people really met people from the South in that capacity. You know what I'm saying? People might have like cousins or something that stay down south, but for somebody to be bringing this type of lyrics, type of rap over soulful funk music like this, it's like, man, where did they come from? I mean, you had the Ghetto Boys that was out,
Hmm.
and you had Two Live Crew that was doing their thing.
Yep.
You had MJG, Eight Ball. You had
Yep.
them doing their thing. You had UGK doing their thing in the South. But it was
Hmm.
just something different about that first single that we dropped, Cell Therapy.
Yep.
Because it's like them boys just jumped right into the fire with something that resonated with everybody. You know what I mean? And so we had legs to stand on when we went out of town. It was it was no culture shock, man. It was like for me, it was like going to camp, resident camp.
Right
Like,
on.
oh man, you mean to tell me, man, we can go sleep in a hotel room, man, and man, fluffy bed, fluffy pillow. You know what I'm saying? We can go out and eat dinner, and man, we can go to different states. Like we went to California for the first time. You know what I'm saying? Met people like CJ Mack, Dub
Yeah.
C.
Yes.
We had a chance to walk around in Jordan Downs. You know what I'm saying? They loved us out there, man,
You
because
were loved. Well, I don't. Were there was there any place that I mean, like you were loved on the east, west? I mean, you were loved in the mid. Like you, I don't think that there was a spot where you guys weren't well received.
only spot that we wasn't well received was that day when we was in New York for the Source Award when they booed Outkast. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, hell, when we went out there, we met the Wu-Tang Clan. We was out there chilling on the Ave, man, with them, man, drinking, smoking, just chilling. They
Yeah,
booed them too.
you were on the stage for that when that happened, right?
Yes.
Tell
Yep.
me so because that was something that I did want to ask, and I'm so happy that you brought that up. Was from your own experience, right? And
Mm.
you are on stage for your very first like award show, and you're like this is a huge moment in your life, and like a memory, right? And you have that go on, and that happen. How did that hit you internally, like, and how did you deal with that, like, as a man, and like what kind of emotions did you struggle with at that moment?
Man, to be honest with you, man, we was ready to fight.
I can only imagine, man.
Man, we didn't care how many people was out there, man, because I was just looking at people in the crowd like, yeah, what's up? What's happening? What's up? Yeah. Uh-huh. What?
Did you look at
You know,
anybody
but
specifically?
I didn't. I was just looking at everybody from left to right. But the thing about it was it was love, really. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you got this cousin that you go see like on the holidays, and every time you go see him, he always messing with you, you know what I mean, fucking with you, you know what I mean, until you finally show him that, what I'm saying, man, ain't nothing to be played with. And then it's like, okay, that's all I was waiting for, man. I was waiting for you to come around, man, stand up and got that keep it real. You know what I'm saying? So when we came back as a group with Goodie Mob, nah, it wasn't no booing. It wasn't no booing. But
Yeah,
like I said,
man.
that was tough love. It didn't even it didn't even go until when we left, people wanted to fight or anything like that because it wasn't nothing like that, man. It was just tough love.
Yeah. I mean, exactly. It was New York, and New York was like, I mean, think
New
about
York.
Showtime at the Apollo, right? I mean, it's
Yeah.
historical. Like it's
Yeah.
you got to prove, and you hadn't hit their radar yet, just because the
Exactly.
politics of the way that radio and DJs were back in the day, and
Right.
you didn't have your chance to shine yet
Right.
proper, right? And
Right.
which you started to work with other people and expand out. And like, I know one of the questions that we had was Mad Ways, which is one of my co-hosts who couldn't be here tonight. Shout out to him. He said, "What can you tell us about the Soul Assassins joint from the first Soul Assassins album? Like, you had
Mm.
mentioned about going out to LA and being so well received, and like we're really integrated with the Cypress Hill community and the Soul Assassin family, and like that's a big family for me as well. Like, what, how did that come about, and what was that like?"
Man, Cypress Hill, those are boys, man. I mean, I can remember coming to LA and Be Real picking us up from the airport.
Wow.
Matter of fact, I remember we bumped into Kid Frost coming to LA at one time. I can remember him saying, "Man, yo, man, that cell therapy hits hard in my caddy, man."
Hell yeah, it does.
He's like, "It hits hard in my caddy, man." But we went out to LA at one point, man, and Be Real picked us up from the airport, took us to the neighborhood to where all the drops were, man, the 6 4s. I mean, the candy painted car, man. That's kind of like, man, we met Cartoon. We met Mr. Cartoon out there, and we just
Yeah,
sat out there,
respect.
man, and just got tattoos all fucking day, man. Smoking on Cali herb, man. Just, man, we had such a great time, man. We didn't leave the neighborhood till nighttime.
Right on.
So that's kind of how that relationship started, man. They really welcomed us with open arms when I'm talking about in the neighborhood, bro. You know what I mean? It took us straight to where they hang at, you know what I mean? And
Where it
this
was
shit was
real
so
active.
fun, man. It was
Yeah.
so fun.
That's dope, man. That's a dope story too. I mean, think about it like that. Was that your first time to Cali?
It might have been one of our first, if not the first time, one of the first times in Cali. One of the first times in Cali. I think that might
Gotcha.
have been, let me see, that might have been maybe 98, maybe 97, something like that. Because I wrote a verse about being out there with them on World Party, on one of the World Party songs. It'll come to me in a minute, but no, since that, man, we was straight family, man, and when Mubs was like, "Yo, we need you on the Soul Assassin album," we was like, man, say less, man. We on there, man.
That's
So we
dope.
became part of the Soul Assassin family.
That's amazing. And yeah, man. And that whole project was such the tone that fit you. Like, and he produced a beat that fit you and your sound
Yes.
and everything, which, you know, which we talked about, of course, the beat and the vibe and like how big of a hit it was. But what was, what we haven't talked about was the fact that consistently throughout the course of your music, collectively and individually, you have always had a very conscious, intentional, no bullshit, straightforward, pull no punches, educated, like stand up, fucking get up off any type of bullshit and like really stand up and be your own man. And you had a lot of stuff that I will say that even as a young man, I just turned 50. And you just had a birthday yesterday. Happy birthday to
Yeah.
you.
Welcome to the
Uh
50 Club, man.
yeah, we hit the 50 club at the fifth level, the fifth chamber.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like uh like you always had forward thinking and talking about topics where, I mean, cell therapy, shit, it sounded like you were talking about something that's going on right fucking now.
Mm. Mm. Yeah. Cell therapy was a blend of what was going on in my neighborhood and what was going on with some information that a girl had let me check out when I went to her crib one day. And I just happened to be, I brought a pad with me, or she had a pad there, or whatever. And I had already had some lines I already wrote down. And she just put this tape in the VCR, and I just started looking at it. And some of the stuff that was I was seeing, I put it along with some of the lines that I was writing. Because I was saying, when the scene unfold, young girls 13 years old expose themselves to any Tom, Dick, and Hank. That's toward the strip club culture that was going on down here in Atlanta. You know what
Hmm.
I mean? They had young girls in there stripping, you know what I'm saying?
The freak
It might be
necks.
your little cousin or it might be somebody's daughter. You wouldn't even know, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I was just kind of just, speaking on that and then just blending in some of the stuff from the New World Order that I had picked up from this tape that shout out to Christy. She the one that kind of turned me on to it.
Which tape
And the
was it?
brothers just fell suit. They just followed my lead in it.
What tape was it that she got you turned on to that got you hip to it, the New World Order?
Man,
Was it Behold the
it,
Pale Horse with William Cooper
no,
or
it wasn't Behold a Pair of Horse. I think that came maybe a little bit later
yeah.
because I never read the book because I wasn't too tough. I was a visual person
Uh-huh.
at the time then, you know what I'm saying? But it was some type of New World Order tape that she VHS tape that she had. And I was looking at it, and that's kind of like where I got the idea for the title of the song "Cell Therapy." I seen a guy he was in prison, and everything that he had in his cell was his therapy. And I was like, man, that sounds like some shit that man a lot of people go through. So I just happened to include that in what I was writing. But the whole Soul Food album wasn't about New World Order shit. That's the thing about it. It was about growing up in Southwest Atlanta, growing up in East Point, and just really being real observant of your surroundings,
Hmm.
of what was going on. And I think that we were really good at writing that shit down and being able to put it on music where people could really understand. Cause I mean, CeeLo was like, my family moved in her apartment complex. A gate with the serial code was put up next. You know what I'm saying? That was
Definitely lit
nothing
our
to do with
community
New
as
World Order. That was just
yeah.
something he observed. and all of a sudden thought about it at that time. It's like, okay, well, shit, let me write it down. Timo, like, listen up, little nigga. I'm talking to you and what you need to be going through. You know what I'm saying? That ain't had nothing to do with New World Order. That was just something he observed every day.
Yeah.
You feel me? So yeah, we was really big on neighborhood shit. You know what I mean? What's going on, what we see, and not turning a blind eye to what we see every day. Cause that was ammo for us to rap about.
It was a reality that you guys were living and
A
seeing,
reality, yeah.
and but what it was such a big precursor to what was getting ready to be unveiled on a mass scale, right? And was,
Right.
and it was a big thing. And from the way that you guys started that off with just like a church hymn to going all the way through,
Oh
I have to
yeah.
give I
Free.
have yeah, free. Like, can you like briefly like tell us, like, cuz I love like even the extended version that y'all released and
It's
blessed us
crazy,
with,
yeah.
right? You know what I mean? Like, oh, that's so good. But how did that come about? Like, because I mean, it was that in itself, like, always I play that, like, when I'm like,
Mm.
when I need to listen to a church song, I play that, right? Like, man,
Mm.
when I'm trying to commune, like, and get some soul food or something, right? Like, I go to that
Mm.
song, right? Like, what how did that come about?
Man, that's CeeLo right there. You know what I mean? He's just really bringing that southern feel to the album. Because once that come on, you're not expecting somebody to open up an album like that. You know what I mean? So from the way I felt it, it almost gave you a sense of freedom from mental slavery, physical slavery, and then for thought process to come on behind that,
Mm,
that got you open right there. We not talking about no gang shit. We not disrespecting women.
nope,
We not on no real dopey type music.
nope.
It's just straight up what four brothers from the South, what our thought process is, man. And how Timo opened that thing up, man. He's so sincere. You know what I mean? You can't you can't deny the truth, man. So that was some real truth music, man. If CeeLo started off with free, because I had never heard the full version either.
Oh,
I
really?
didn't I didn't know it was a full version to it like that
Wow.
until until recently. And it's got Maurice on there from Public Advisory, Parental Advisory,
Yeah, yeah.
Organized Noise first group that they work with. So yeah, we knew nobody had ever started an album off like that.
Yeah,
Talking
that
about they want to be free.
talking about goosebumps. But the other standout on that one, like, I love all the ballads that you did, but you did like Guess Who, and Guess
Oh
Who
yeah,
is a song that still like makes me like, you know what I mean, well up. You know what I mean?
guess so,
And listen, listen, man, you
guess so.
woof,
Yeah,
man.
guess who, man. We was four type of guys, man, that wanted to come back to our parents and be like, this is what we was doing. All the nights that we ain't come home, or the nights that we came home late, this is what we was doing. And for us to be able to play this type of music for our parents, man, it was a go. It was a go, man. So to show love to our mothers on that song, man, was so great for us, man. We can come
Yeah,
back now in these days and time and do this type of music, you know what I'm saying, and be respectful to mothers. You know what I mean?
I play it every
So,
Mother's Day. Like whenever I do a
okay.
set every Mother's Day, I play. That is my favorite. Look, Pac had "Dear Mama," and that's an anthem that cannot be denied. But I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Guess Who
Guess
is
who?
one of my favorite Mother's Day all time album or songs to play.
Yeah. Shout out to Mama Knight, man, because she used to get on my ass every day. Every day. It used to make me so mad, but she was just trying to have me to better myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? So we all know, man, how moms can get on your nerves, but that's just love.
yeah.
It's from a loving place. And definitely Guess Who, one of those standout songs that can't be denied. You know what I'm saying? That's why that Soul Food is such a great album
Yeah.
to this day. It's well rounded and it's like a plate of soul food. You're gonna get full off of it. You might shed a tear. Still to this day, I can't listen to that album without tearing up.
Really,
Yeah,
it brings good memories or like
man,
melancholy.
it brings great music memories. It had me thinking about us being young and just really trying to find our way in this hip hop industry, being as real as we can around an industry that's not as real as we were. And
You guys were
just hearing
uncompromising.
each other's raps, man, just like man, we was damn near before our time, man, saying shit like that.
Listen, you guys were so conscious, so respectful, and in the way that you approached it with such a maturity level that whenever there was a reference to something that, where someone could have said, oh, well, that's profanity, or okay, where it couldn't,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? It was used for a point of emphasis to get a point across. It wasn't
Right.
used, as they say, egregiously. Like you guys just weren't
We
dropping,
weren't vulgar.
no, no.
That's the word for it. We didn't
Thank
use
you.
dick, pussy, you know what I'm saying? Just
Yes, sir.
all type of vulgar shit because like I said, we wanted our parents to be able to be proud of this shit that we did. And how can they even listen to something where every other word is vulgar
Yeah.
or you know calling women hoes and bitches, but that wasn't for us at that time. You feel what I'm saying? And people wanted like, damn, do y'all go to clubs? Y'all go to parties? Do y'all even have a good time? Like, yeah, we just that's not what we wanted to rap about.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to represent that and put that out there, and
Right,
you had the ability to help make a positive impact on people, but also let it see like, listen, you don't have to be a certain way to be respectful, to be proper, to there's still rules and ways, like you said, not to be vulgar and to have some type of self-respect and respect for
right.
others, right? So
And
it
plus, we was on an R&B record label, so it was almost like, damn, can we do that on these records?
but y'all was killing
But
it though, man. Like, come on now, you like anything that came out of organized noise, you guys had it. Like, I think they probably much gave, like you said, carte blanche once they said cell therapy, let it lead off, and then it hit, and then every single thing that they chose to put out was like, boop 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 boop.
yeah,
They,
back to back, great
yeah,
records, man. Back to
yeah,
back, great records.
yeah. And to be respectful of your time, and I know where we're at right now. The one thing is to take you to where you're at right now with your career and you guys have had so much, and I hope that you have had a good enough time where you bless us with an opportunity to do this sometime down the road in the future,
Of course,
to continue this conversation. But
of course.
um, you've had to overcome a great deal. You've wrote a book about it. You've got a
Mm,
documentary and that you're getting ready to put out, and doing all of these things that I want to make sure that everybody has an opportunity, one, to know what it is that you have um, out there so they can follow, support, that you have on the templates, anything that you can tease, give
mm,
them. And then the final thing is just to please give us an opportunity, because you have been someone that I've looked up to as far as your wisdom and the entire group, and the wisdom that you guys bring. And as someone, as a young man going through even adulthood, and things that I can play to my son and daughter and be proud to play for my
that's
son and
great.
daughter, right? And they hear it and have heard it, and they know why, and they know who you guys are, and tell us, like, what have you learned throughout this thing that you've gone through with all of the adversity, like
Right.
all of that, like, kind of help us out, and I'll shut up.
I mean, I just learned that, wisdom come with age. You know what I mean? I mean, when we did soul food, we were like maybe 25, 26, and CeeLo was a little bit younger. But soul food, still standing, world party, all those records gave me a foundation that when it was time for me to do my solo thing, I could have some of those ingredients in my album. Like the first album I dropped was called The Man Not the Dog, Khujo Goodie, The Man Not the Dog. And at that time, I was learning spiritual things at that time. And I just kind of felt compelled to to put some of that stuff in my lyrics, you know, because we always like to teach in some capacity, not being preachy, but kind of each one teach one, steel sharper steel, iron sharper iron. So with that being said, that gave me the confidence to do my solo thing. Because if it weren't for Gip, T, and Low, you know what I'm saying, I couldn't be as great as I am without looking at them and respecting their greatness. So I was able to put out a book. It's called Straight Out the A. Y'all get a chance to grab that. That was my first book. So I got tidbits of what we've been talking about in there, and some other things. So y'all can check that out. And I've been dropping singles. Like last year, I dropped a barrage of singles. You know what I'm saying? So y'all go check those out. Um, what else? Oh yeah. I'm now an ambassador of Maverick Global Distribution. So that's a distributor. We don't just distribute your music. We educate you in some capacity, and we help artists become entrepreneurs if that's what they want to do. So I like to be a part of some great things, you know what I mean? And my recent my recent body of work that you can check out is called Pray For Me. It's a video out right now. It's AI generated, but man, it's so real. It looks so real. Shout out to my homeboy Double Mint with Mint Lab out in Poland. Real hip hop head. Man, I'm thankful that he did the visual for me, man. It's a great visual.
Can you
And
tell us the story about it? Because what we'll do is, if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to be able
okay,
to just close that out as we ride
okay,
out, and after we say our shout outs and everything like
for
that,
sure.
we'll close it out with that.
Okay, for sure, for sure. Um, yeah, man, I'm thinking about documenting the Goodie Mob movement. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Maybe
sir.
write another book, maybe have some type of visual aspect to it. But I want something like that to be out, even though we got something like that out. But I just kind of want to just delve a little bit deeper and how we did things, you know what I mean? How we came about, the thought process and some of the things that we did. And oh yeah, y'all can check me out on Say Less Radio at fleetradionetwork.com. Search Say Less Radio, and all I play is Dungeon Family music, man. New and old. So yeah, man, I've been busy, man.
Do you
Loading up
DJ it
for
yourself?
2026. Hmm?
Do you DJ it yourself? You just curate it? Do you play it? Do
Yeah,
you
I
ever have
curated.
DJs?
I curated. It's it's no DJ doing it, but I hooked up with a brother by the name of Classic.
Mhm.
He's like the CEO of Fleet DJs.
Yeah.
He came to me, was like, "Yo, Khujo, won't you do your own radio set?" That's like, he's like, "You play whatever you want to play," and they don't play enough Dungeon Family music
Nah.
down here in Atlanta, Georgia, for me.
Wow, though. Really?
It's new music coming out, and they got goodie but oldie radio stations that play oldies but goodies, but with Say Less Radio. Anytime I want to hear some of the old classic, I just log in, man. Go do some physical therapy, man. Man, I just lay up in my bed and just listen to the work that we've done, man. So I got organized noise music on there, Society of Soul, man. I got the whole Dungeon family in there, man.
Let me know if you want me to submit a mix. I'll submit a mix
Oh
for you,
yes,
man.
please. I
That'd be
forgot to say,
dope.
yeah, I do accept DJ mixes on this too.
Say less.
So
I do
shout
mixes
out to
and
DJ
mashes.
King Flow, shout out to DJ Jelly, and shout out to DJ Cannon Banyan for submitting mixes for the show. So please, I would love that.
Much love to each and every
Love
single
that.
one of y'all. And reach out to me because you know what? I interview DJs. We interview DJs. We got the one and only G Dash Fresh and Mad Ways in the
Okay.
house, our co hosts that couldn't be here tonight but are tuning in here now. But much love to them. But
Love
yeah,
to.
man, I do live impromptu mixes and mashes, and after
Oh,
this show, after this show, a little bit later on tonight, I'm gonna get on here. Watch out for Twitch because Ghost Boogie
okay.
66. We will be doing a live all Dungeon Family. Mostly I'll be focusing on Cujo and Goodie Mob and everybody that you've done features with. And as someone who
Wow.
has been the one person who has been on every single Outcast album. You know
Now,
what
I
I
don't know
mean?
about every one of them,
No,
but
isn't like haven't you been on hold on, man. You were on Idlewild, you were on dude, you were on The Love Below, you were on Speaker
I was on
Box.
quite a bit of
You
them.
were hold on,
I was
even
on quite a bit of them.
if we want to go out to Purple Ribbon. I mean, the song that you guys did on Purple Ribbon, that song right there, that song was sick. Like, hold on, I'm
Yeah,
trying listen, man. I don't think
it's a few
there's
of them.
you were even dude, I can't think of an Outcast album that you weren't on. Not I'm not saying
Right.
every song, I'm saying
Yeah, yeah,
album.
but yeah, for sure. For sure,
Yeah.
man. I gotta shout out my ATLian brothers just for having that type of love for me to be able to like, yo, man, let's get Khujo Goodie on this song, man. So shout out to Big Boy and shout out to Andre 3000, man, and congratulations for the being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Mm. And I hope you all are next, right behind him,
Oh man,
man.
that'll be awesome.
Look, dude,
That'll be awesome.
one of the iconic voices in hip hop, y'all. Please, everyone, give give Khujo a round of the applause, man. I want to say thank you so very much for blessing us on B-Boys Underground with your presence and your time and your energy and your stories. And
Awesome.
thank you so much. And again, just to know that you have made an impact on so many people's lives. The homie Pete Cade's in the house. And
So
like
BK.
anybody and
Oh yeah, I
everybody
see
that,
somebody say Area 51.
yeah, you
That was
like,
one of the
listen,
albums I dropped. Yeah, Area
e-
51.
everybody that I talked to that said it was like your voice is one of the most distinct voices in hip hop as well. And as you being the man who comes up with the majority of the hooks too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you, my friend, are an icon and a legend, and you deserve all the flowers and all the love and appreciation. As you,
I'm honored.
with with this still standing this family tree, you are a part of the root of the root of the root
Yes,
of the
sir.
root of the Dungeon family, man. And
Man, it's awesome. Awesome.
thank you. So
For
y'all, we're
sure,
getting
man.
ready to get into the one and only Pray For Me. Khujo, could you tell us just one thing about Pray For Me and give us some shout outs
Man.
and then we out?
Pray for me, man. Shout out to the producer, Kojak with Jackpot Music. Man, he been holding me down, feeding me, feeding me music, man, and just helping me sharpen up my skills. And Pray for Me. It's almost like it should have been on a soul food album. You know what I mean? So Pray for Me has a lot of elements of what's been going on lately on a spiritual level too. It's real rounded out, man. So man, check it out. Pray for me. Shout out to Double Mint for the visuals.
Absolutely. Well, yo, y'all, we'll be Boys Underground. We love y'all. We'll catch you all next week. And until then, much love. Keep it positive, keep it pushing, and keep persevering. We out. We out here
Three
with Pray For
P's.
Me. Much love to you, Khujo. Have a wonderful night and
Love,
thank
bro.
you so much, bro.
Already.
All right, peace.
Peace.
Yeah, man. You know, I'm guilty of a lot of things, man. A lot of shit I done forgot I did. You know what I'm saying? Just pray for me, you know what I'm talking about? Y'all just forgive me for them secret sins, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm a filthy rag before your throne. Just pray for me. Pray for me cause they tryna take me out like trash. Plastic in the water, hurricanes ripping through Florida. Fast food on every block like drug dealers. Fish fillet, tartar sauce, extra cheese, nigga. Pedophilia running rampant like a problem child. Fuck a prison cell, feed them to the crocodiles. In the belly of the beast, no justice, no peace. Everywhere it's war, overseas and in the streets. You reap what you sow what you reap. Headed for the slaughterhouse like a flock of sheep. MK Ultra, mind controlling. Niggas don't know whether they coming or going. Inflation soaring, illegals flooding the border. The country is divided, pastor pray for Georgia. Yeah, man. You know, I'm guilty of a lot of things, man. A lot of shit I done forgot I did. Just pray for me, you know what I'm talking about? Y'all just forgive me for them secret sins, you know what I'm saying? I'm a filthy rag before your throne. Pray for me cause the wages of sin is death. And there is none righteous, no, not one left. Health is wealth, take care of yourself as best you can. Cause Bill Gates is trying to depopulate the land. Chemtrails in the sky trying to block out the sun. Democrats try their best to take away our guns. Manhunt for a killer in New York city. It's just a matter of time before 12 get them. The country is $36 trillion in debt. Somebody playing a deadly game of Russian roulette. Pray for me, cause I don't know what's gonna happen next. The devil is the prince of this world, last time I checked. Product of the project's a threat to society. It's 2 laws, one for ebony and one for ivory. So believe what you want, fool, y'all waste for real. You a man and not God, you can die still. You know, I'm guilty of a lot of things, man. A lot of shit I done forgot I did. You know what I'm saying? Just pray for me, you know what I'm talking about? God just forgive me for them secret sins, you know what I'm saying? I'm a filthy rag before your throne. Just pray for me.